is up, everybody? Happy Monday. Got my buddy Paul with me. We're back out here this morning. Freezing our took us off for not a lot of action today. Zero. Although we fished 3 hours, we had 3 bites total between the two of us. I had 2 perch and 1 keeper walleye. It was not fast and furious by any means. We didn't fish a ton of water. We stayed deep in the west end. The wind switched around for the first time in over a week. We had pretty much a due east wind, slightly northeast, but pretty close to being due east. And it's been southwest now for a week and a half. Water temp out in the main lake was 36.5. Same as it was yesterday. I don't foresee any drastic. It's not going to go back up anytime soon, but it will go down some more. We don't have any real weather in the future. I mean, it looks like end of the week we got a couple cold days, and by weekend it's back up in the 40s. So I trolled yesterday, had 2 bites and had 2 walleyes. I casted today, had 3 bites and 1 walleye. So it again, that's not indicative necessarily. You could go out and smash it. We could have easily went out and laid right on a pile of them and had them one right after another. And once you found out what they wanted, we downsized quite a bit today. Went to much smaller swim baits. I was all the way down to an 1/8 ounce head and a 2 1/4 inch swim bait. I mean, tiny. Up to a normal 4-incher. You were throwing a Rapala tail dancer for a while. One of our trolling lures, which have been so good. And in 14 foot of water, you can easily cast and retrieve a deep diving anything and get it down into the strike zone. No questions asked. But it didn't happen today. And this time of year, if we had all day and could take our time, I guarantee you we'd have found them and we'd have caught them, because there's no reason not to catch it. The walleyes and the perch especially, they're still feeding heavily. But I was telling Paul, I just read an article in the newest issue of In Fisherman that I got last week, talking about the smallmouth specifically in super cold water, sub 40 degree temperatures, and how their metabolism changes completely from what they do the whole rest of the year. And it's not necessarily that they're dormant, they have to still feed, but they feed on much smaller bait that they can digest quicker, as opposed to something in the 4 or 5 inch range that they said could take them up to 2 weeks to digest. So not that we're necessarily looking for smallmouth. Not sure who that is. They're honking and waving at us. They're like, look at those dummies. Which we thought to ourselves earlier today. At one point the wind's howling, we almost get knocked off the boat with a giant wave. It's 36 degree water temperature, and we're like, man, you think people think we're dumb being out here? I don't think we're dumb. But if you're gonna be dumb, you better be tough. So we at least can be one of 2 things. And we were just joking about it, and for everybody was so wound up about that boat that was down at the state pier. Chris at Brewerton Boatyard brought it back here. He's gonna pull it out of the water. Everybody can rest easy that the ghost boat is going to be taken care of. I had to laugh. Everybody was really up in arms over this boat sitting at the state dock for whatever reason. But there it is in all its glory. Make somebody a nice boat that's taken care of. Yeah. Old cruiser of some sort. I don't know what brand it is. But anyway, that's our day. I'm not sure. Now remember, this Saturday, if you live in the capital region here in New York, I will be up at Fish 307 is having an event at their facility in Lake George. I'll be up there representing JT rods, which are going to be added to the lineup for Fish 307. So another great way you can get your JT rods. I don't know how much more fishing I'll do this week. We'll see what the weather does. But Walleye Fest is taking up a lot of my time right now, which is wonderful. I'm back in the swing of things. We have the app getting ready to be launched. We're in the testing phase still. Showed Paul this morning. We entered the fish this morning that I caught. It takes about 15 seconds to do. It's very simple. We're really on to the formula on how we can correct our technical issues from last year and move forward in the best possible derby we have, and we've taken all year to build our own app. So anxiously looking forward to getting it in everybody's hands, and as soon as we have fishable ice, we can start having ice fishing derbies through the app. Yeah, so let's see. SU football got a bowl bid to the Holiday Bowl. I see a lot of reaction on social media that people aren't happy. They thought we should have got a better bowl. Hey, 9-3 is what it is. It was a hell of a year, considering where we've come from. I'm more impressed with Coach Brown's recruiting, who he's got coming next year, and that we have a great year next year and compete in the playoffs, as opposed to worrying about maybe getting a subpar bowl this year. We're still going to get there. We're still going to play. We got one more game to watch, Kyle McCord and this great team, and I hope everybody plays, and I hope we have a good showing. On the basketball side of life, we might be in for a long winter. It really seems like this team's got a lot of talent on it. They played Notre Dame hard on Saturday in Notre Dame, but Notre Dame was a team that had lost 5 games in a row already. And we just couldn't get it done. We couldn't seem to get the combination. We played much better defense, I will say that. There was more effort on defense than I'd seen all year long. It just still wasn't enough, and it wasn't all the time. It wasn't nonstop defensive pressure like we're used to. They got a game tomorrow night against Albany in the Dome. They should win that game. Maybe we can get back on track and hopefully salvage our season. But 4-4, and we're not even at Christmas, is not the start that Coach Autry wanted. I guarantee that. So, but we're always orange, and we always stay faithful. So, all right, we're almost back. Thanks, brother. We will see you. What's that?
It's a great day even though I didn't catch a fish. Big fact that you said.
Yeah. Well, we don't get those very often, but all right, everybody, thank you. I'm not sure when I'll see you again this week, but I will see you soon. Keep her tipping.